Right now, across dealerships all over the country, thousands of brand new 2026 cars are just sitting there, not being driven, not being sold, day after day for 150, sometimes 200 days straight. And dealers, they're quietly panicking. The question is, why won't anyone buy them? Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which 5 cars to walk away from in 2026, no matter how good the deal looks on paper. And number 1, it has a reliability score so low it'll genuinely shock you. Number 5, 2026 Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid. Minivans are supposed to be the safe, boring, dependable choice. The kind of vehicle families buy precisely because they don't want surprises. So when a minivan ends up on a list like this, that's a serious red flag worth paying attention to. Healthy dealer inventory for any vehicle sits somewhere between 60 and 90 days. The 2026 Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid is currently clocking over 130 days on lots across the country, and dealers have no clear answer for when that's going to change. The reason buyers are walking away comes down to the numbers. Independent reliability data puts this vehicle at just 26 out of 100, a score that places it firmly in the avoid category. That's not a minor dip. That's a full collapse in confidence from people who actually own this machine. What's going wrong mechanically? The transmission is a major problem. So is the gasoline engine itself, which is failing in ways that simply should not happen on a vehicle this new. For a hybrid, the charging system and the battery components are supposed to be the strong points. But on this model, those are also showing up as consistent failure areas, leading to expensive service visits and unpredictable downtime for owners. A family hauler that can't reliably haul a family has no real selling point, no matter how deeply a dealer marks it down. And while 26 out of 100 sounds pretty bad, and it is, the vehicle sitting at number 1 on this list has nearly double the failure rate of this minivan. So keep watching. Number 4, 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Jeep and Chrysler share the same parent company, and right now, that parent company has a serious inventory problem. The 2026 Grand Cherokee is sitting on dealer lots at roughly 4 months of supply, meaning, at the current rate of sales, it would take 4 full months just to clear what's already there. That's not a slowdown. That's a standstill. The mechanical reputation of the Grand Cherokee has been a known issue for years, and the 2026 model year has done nothing to fix it. This nameplate remains a regular fixture on do not buy lists published by independent consumer and reliability organizations, not because of how it looks or how it drives on a test route, but because of what happens after a few months of real-world ownership. Electrical systems on this SUV are flagged for premature failures. Sensors that are supposed to protect the driver start malfunctioning early. Engine-related complaints are showing up far too soon in the ownership cycle for a vehicle that's supposed to be brand new. These aren't minor quirks. They're the kind of issues that erode trust quickly and push owners back to the dealership service bay repeatedly. Deep discounts are appearing on Grand Cherokee lots right now. But a discount doesn't change what the data shows, and for anyone planning to own this vehicle for several years, the math doesn't work in their favor. 4 months of unsold inventory is a significant problem, but the next vehicle on this list has been sitting for nearly 150 days, and the mechanical issues behind that number are even harder to ignore. Number 3, 2026 Mazda CX-90. Mazda built the CX-90 to compete with entry-level luxury SUVs. Premium interior materials, smooth exterior design, a price point that pushes into near-luxury territory. On paper, it looks like a smart alternative to spending more on a European badge. In practice, the 2026 model is turning into a serious problem for everyone involved. Dealer lots are filling up with these vehicles because buyers are doing their homework, and what they're finding is pushing them toward the exit. The standard gasoline version of the CX-90 holds a reliability score of just 23 out of 100. The plug-in hybrid version scores even lower, landing at 20 out of 100. Both of those numbers are deep in the red zone by any standard measure. The mechanical failures being reported are not cosmetic. Timing chain issues are showing up across the gasoline engine, and a timing chain failure is not a minor repair. When a timing chain goes, it can take the entire engine with it. That means a brand new vehicle potentially needing an engine replacement within a relatively short ownership window. Even more alarming are the steering rack complaints. Owners have reported the steering wheel suddenly stiffening or becoming nearly unresponsive while traveling at highway speeds. That's not a comfort issue. That's a control issue, and it's the kind of failure that makes a vehicle genuinely dangerous to operate. On top of the engine and steering problems, there's a persistent 12-volt battery drain issue. If the CX-90 sits unused for more than a few days, the electrical system drains the battery completely. For buyers who don't drive daily, this turns into a recurring headache. A beautiful interior cannot compensate for a drivetrain that has this many documented failure points. Every additional day these vehicles sit unsold, the gap between Mazda's marketing and the real-world ownership experience becomes harder to close. Number 2. 2026 Volkswagen Taos. The Taos is Volkswagen's entry into the small SUV segment, a space that's absolutely packed with competition. At a time when buyers have more reliable options than ever in this category, the 2026 Taos is sitting at 143 days of dealer inventory. Nearly 5 months of supply, going nowhere. Volkswagen has had a complicated relationship with reliability in the U.S. market, and the Taos is continuing that pattern. It regularly appears on lists of vehicles to approach with caution, specifically because of powertrain behavior and electronic system issues that surface far too early in the ownership experience. The transmission on the Taos has been a consistent complaint. Owners describe a disconnected, hesitant feeling, particularly in stop-and-go traffic, that doesn't improve over time. The engine management system has also been flagged for sudden, unexpected power loss, which creates an unsettling driving experience and raises questions about long-term dependability. The electronics tell a similar story. The instrument cluster, the display that shows speed, warnings, and critical gauges, has been reported to malfunction in ways that leave drivers without key information. That's not an inconvenience. That's a safety concern. There's also a safety recall worth knowing about. A fuel pressure sensor has been identified as a component that can dislodge during a collision, creating the risk of a fuel leak and potential fire. That kind of issue following a model into the 2026 year is not the kind of thing that gets overlooked by informed buyers. 143 days of sitting inventory is a heavy financial burden for any dealership. But compared to the vehicle that takes the top spot, even this situation looks manageable. Number 1. 2026 GMC Acadia. This is the one, the hardest vehicle to sell in 2026. The one that dealers across the country are struggling with despite discounts, promotions, and every tool available to them. The 2026 GMC Acadia holds a reliability score of just 14 out of 100, the lowest score in its entire segment. Reports describe everything from rough, delayed shifting to complete mechanical breakdown that renders the vehicle undrivable.